word. Okay, this one's going to be shorter. Concluding paragraph. That's going to start specific and then branch out. Just the opposite of the introductory acts format. This one is stack, and it works its way from specifics down to more vague. So we start with the summary and thesis, which again, you have already combined, and then it works its way out to attention getter, and then obviously not connector. You can't end an essay with a connector that's connected to nothing on one side, okay? So that last C is your clincher. Now, clincher, some of you are like, what does that mean? Well, the clincher is like this is it. Now, I like to compare it to the clencher. The clencher is like, oh, now if you already read the sampler, it talked about different kinds of farts. So clencher is like, think about yourself clenching your butt cheeks because you're on a first date and you feel a fart coming and you don't want it to go out. So you're like, I got to hold everything together. Well, that's what the clincher does in a concluding sentence. It's like tying up your whole essay. It's the last thing. You got to hold it together. Okay, so this is your clincher, and basically what the clincher does is it's the last thing that you want to say about your essay topic that you have just discussed. It's like your final point. It's your icing on the cake. All right, so you will start off with your thesis. Now remember, you've already written your thesis. You already used it in the introduction. You cannot just copy and paste it into your conclusion. We are not all about that copying, which, by the way, some of you thought it would be fun to just like copy a whole paragraph and then change a few of the words. You can't do that. Okay, that's called plagiarizing. And not only can you get an F on the paper, you can get an F in the class. And if you do it in college, they can keep your tuition but kick you out of school. So you should learn that now. That's not okay. All right, that's called plagiarizing. That's a very big deal. All right, so you don't want to copy your thesis, but you still want to have the same information. Now, if you take a look at the sheet that I sent you, the ACTS and STAC sampler, that one gave you an intro and a conclusion. And it showed you in the middle there in purple on that first page how I like combined those, the thesis and the summary in both paragraphs. So if you go to the second page of the sampler that I sent you, the second page, I reworded that so you can see how I added in extra stuff. Okay, so let's start again. STAC. ST is summary and thesis. The summary being your three main points, okay? JFK, Martin Luther King Jr., John Lennon. And we combined it with our thesis. So that's going to be one sentence, your thesis to start it off. So that's your ST. Then your A is your attention getter. Again, don't just copy it. You're going to have to reword, just like I did. Go back to my sampler page and take a look. It's the same concept. I just reworded it. And then you move on to your clincher, the last final thing that you want to say about your topic. All right. You'll have to add another sentence because you need a minimum of 4 sentences. But you'll see that the samples that I have, I want to say that concluding paragraph has 6 sentences. So take a look. And after you read through the examples that I gave you, and some of you are like, that's a lot of work. You have us watching 2 videos. We got to write 2 paragraphs. Yes, the paragraphs are shorter. If you combine the intro and conclusion, it's only 8 sentences. The body paragraphs you wrote in one day, those were 11 sentences. Okay. So, yeah, you have to write 2 paragraphs. They're shorter. And you're going to have to read through all this stuff and watch the videos. Yes. And here's the deal. You have today and tomorrow to do that. This assignment is not due until 11:59. That gives me an opportunity to give you feedback over the weekend. And then on Monday, it's just another work day for you to go back in and change any of the stuff that I have already edited for you, including your introduction and conclusion paragraphs. You'll see that I have this as a separate one. So you have an assignment on this entry for you to put your introduction and conclusion all together with all 5 paragraphs. So intro, body A, body B, body C, conclusion. That should be all on one doc that you submit to me when this assignment is done. All right, friends? And then nothing new tomorrow, nothing new on Monday, except for I will have given you feedback and you can go back and edit. All right? We'll worry about the Works Cited page next week, but make sure that you have two in-text citations done correctly in each body paragraph. If you have questions about that, email me. I am not going to grade your paper, your final paper. You'll have a 0 on it unless you have a minimum of 2 in-text citations per body paragraph, not in the intro and conclusion. All right. Thanks, friends. Take care. Email me with any questions. And if you need anything, please let me know. All right. And by the way, our winner should know by now, but if she hasn't received it in the mail, Callie was the winner of the dog guess contest. Bye.